All this work that we're doing, brothers, for this ministry, eventually is going to pay off. You better believe it, man. It's going to pay off like you'll never believe. Okay? And by the way, we're the highest value male on this planet. The men of the Lord. The men of this truth. The hopeful elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The highest value male there is.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kakadash. Dumb honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing His word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And what I want to get into today, this word homemaker, okay? And that word homemaker, that pretty much sums up, what a woman is, okay? And this society, has done away, with, the definition of woman, the meaning of woman, the responsibilities and duties of woman, okay? But put even more emphasis on what a man should be. Okay, in this society, when men, are expected to be superheroes. You have to be you have to be Aquaman, okay, the Flash, okay, the Hulk, all right, to defend her madness. You see, you have to be a daddy Warbucks, financially, okay, and you have to be Einstein, all right, intellectually, man, okay, and all these unrealistic requirements that they put on men, but then the requirements of a woman has completely diminished, and as we have come back to who we are, because this society has completely just warped what they call gender roles, where the Bible gives us clear definition of these gender roles, okay, when we look at the old past, as we're going to get, okay, but a lot of women watch, a lot of women coming out of the world, and they start to watch and start to learn who they are, and they'll still bring that feminist authoritative spirit, try to bring that into the truth, and try to take a position of trying to tell men what to do and how we should teach and what we should teach about, and our restrict how we move and all these different things. But nah, man, as a woman coming to this truth, all right, the way you women gonna win, okay, is being in the spirit of a homemaker, all right. And I say this because just to bring balance, everyone's not in a position, all right, to be a stay-at-home wife. Everyone's not in their position, all right. But just as the Lord requires us, to get off work and get into the scriptures and, deal with the affairs of the ministry of teaching, prophesying, okay, guess what, man? Hey, it's some work required from you women as well. When you get off work, you can tap into things of the home, and this is just a suggestion. I'm not in a position, to give no orders, to saying what you must be doing this, okay? But there's a woman, all right, that wants to be compatible, okay, to an Israelite man, okay. Being a homemaker is makes a woman universally compatible, okay, to men, in general, man, okay. But as we mature as men, okay, and we, get past, just looking at women for lust, okay, now it's like, okay, what else do you do? So being a homemaker is the nature, okay, of a woman. Like, that's a woman's natural nature. That's when she's in her element, all right. And this comes from just seeing women in that element, seeing different couples, and you watch different things on YouTube, but just seeing in real time, seeing different couples, and just seeing how the women that's in that homemaker role, even if she got to work, she still come home and she tap into that role, Okay, you see them in their element. Okay, you see them in their element. See what Esau Edom has done. He demonized their role of a woman. He made their role seem like it was belittling to a woman. You know, he put these different characters out there, especially that's why he brought back the color purple. You know, to make it seem as if a homemaker was, a woman that's in the position of a homemaker, as if she's being held back from society, as if she's being held back from the world. Okay, but then what happened? Those women, okay, that Esau has tricked the woman into going into society. All right, and which we're gonna get all these things, just setting it up. But he pretty much tricked the woman to go into society and deal with the stress of the workforce, deal with the stress, of the pressures, okay, of society, to deal with all those things, and then be promiscuous and deal with all these different men, and then the woman, all right, just ends up traumatized at the end, man. Okay, lonely, okay, and she never really grew into her homemaking skills, so now she's not even compatible. When she wants to try to settle down, she's not compatible, man. She's been, overstimulated sexually, all right, and she hasn't developed any skill sets of a homemaker, okay, because everybody, the talk for the last few decades is what women want, okay, but when you go into it, the men, okay, that a lot of these women want, they want homemakers, man. Not a woman sitting at the house, because there's a thing now, the difference between the housewife and the homemaker, which I played that video on TikTok. But I'll probably put it at the end of this video, in the post edit. But yeah, man, not just a woman, that sits at the house, shopping on Amazon, watching Netflix, friends over, drinking, talking shit, okay, trying to imitate housewives. No, that's not, housewives of Atlanta. No, that's not a homemaker. Okay, a homemaker is a complete occupation. Okay, and then there's nothing. And then another thing too, like, just because you're a homemaker doesn't mean you don't have those times where you can chill and drink wine and enjoy some music. Watch you a series. Okay, after the business is handled. After you fulfill the duties. Okay, you as a man, a man loves nothing more, all right, than to enjoy his wife. It ain't like men to just, that's another thing, they paint men to just be extremely harsh. The woman coming home as a homemaker, and the man, the woman is at the house being a homemaker, and the man just come home and be an asshole. Just kick the mop water over. Okay, take a bite out the chicken, don't like it, and just flip the whole table over. Okay, that's a myth. Now you do have some crazy fools. Okay, that happens. Okay, but that's not the norm. Okay, so let's get into this. Salaki for the long intro. This is Jeremiah 6:16. It said, "Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein." And see, when we walk in the good way, okay, which is the order that the Lord set up, when we begin to walk in that way, and like I say, of course, we're not in the scenario where everybody can have this typical homemaker lifestyle. Every woman can't have that full-time homemaker lifestyle. Some do, some don't, but it's just progression to that, progressing to being, tapping into being a homemaker, just making progressions in there as much as you can. Balance yourself. Don't, because if you working, you're limited, and don't feel no type of way because you can't be a full-time homemaker. Don't feel like as if you're coming short. We just, everybody in their situation, men and women, of the hopeful elect, everybody in their situation, man. Okay? But it says, stand ye in the ways and ask for the old path. Now you go into the word ways in the Hebrew, okay, which is the rock. Okay, and it says, it says manner, a habit, a way. It says of course of life, of moral character, of course of life and of moral character, man. And see, as men, we're getting back into those old ways where we're standing for righteousness, man. Okay, well, we're teaching our people, we're leading our people in righteousness. It's that old way of our forefathers that was in the right spirit. Okay, and so as men, we're going back to those old ways, man. Not being driven by lust, man. Okay, but being nation minded. All right, speaking things that edify. Okay, because we all come from a culture where the culture, okay, was built, to destroy our way of thinking as a people. Okay, but now as we've gone back into those old ways as men, all right, we're building up, all right, our people thinking, all right, through teaching, man. Okay, so there's an order, that the woman is in. There's a way of life that the woman should be in, man. Okay, of moral character, man, having a high reverence, for a husband, for the Israelite man, all right, in general. Now, let's go here. And this way, like let's say this way, walking in this way brings peace. And I'm speaking through experience, man. What I've seen, what I lived through, what I'm living through. I'm speaking through experience. This way of life brings peace, man. That's why you have this war of the genders, because people are out of their purpose. The man's out of his purpose. The woman is out of her purpose, or the man, he'll be he'll be within his role, that traditional man, and the woman to be bucking up against her role, and you have that conflict, man. And that's mainly the case because more men are typically in their traditional role, okay, than the woman being in their traditional role. All right, now I want to get this here. Let's start from the beginning. In the beginning, this is Genesis 2 and 15. All right, it says, "And the Lord power took the man," and this is Adam. All right, the first son of God. Okay, and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Now you go to this word keep. All right, Adam was given a responsibility, a duty. Okay, to keep it. All right, and you go into the word keep, which is shamar, is to keep, to guard, to observe, to give heed. Okay, to keep guard, to watch. All right, to protect, to save life. Because guess what? Adam was pretty much given authority in the earth, rulership in the earth, and he handled the affairs that was on the outside. Okay, that's why he was given the task of naming all the animals and trees and herbs. He was tasked with ordering things, okay, in the earth, on the outside. Okay, he was given that authority, and his decision making protected the earth. You see, when the righteous are in authority, is why Scripture say the people rejoice, because the leadership, their job is not to just, parlay and chill. No, they have a responsibility, all right, and to make decisions and put systems in place that protect life in the earth. We're in the rulership that does the exact opposite, man. Okay, so let's keep going. All right, and it says, let's go back. So now that was Adam's authority given. Okay, so now, matter of fact, let's prove that real quick. Since I said it, let's prove it. Let's get on Wisdom, Solomon chapter 6. Okay, verse 24. Okay. This is Solomon 6 and 24. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 verse 24. It says, "But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people." Okay? But the multitude of the wise, all right, is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. All right? So a man, all right, when the ruler is wise, okay, it's for the welfare of the people. Okay, and Adam was that wise ruler. Okay, who was given their responsibility, man. But we had the fall. And when did the fall happen? When the woman was removed from her order by the way of the serpent. Okay, when did we really fall as a nation, morally, all right, in this society, is when what? The woman was removed from her order, Going back to the feminist movement, man. Okay. So let's go back here. All right. Let's get Genesis 2 and all right, 18. All right. And it says, and the Lord power said, it is not good that a man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. Okay. So the Lord, all right, said he's going to make Adam a helpmeet. Now you read in NLT, said, then the Lord power said, it is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helper who is just right for him. Okay. So when you go into it, he made Adam to oversee the affairs, okay, of the earth. All right. And the woman was meant to be his help. But what was her role? Okay. What was her role? What affairs did she? Okay. Let's get this in Psalm 113. Okay. This Psalms 113 and 9. It says, he maketh the barren woman to keep house and to be a joyful mother of children. Praise ye the Lord. So he made the woman to be what? A keeper of the house. Okay, while the man deals, because the man is built to deal with the stress and the affairs of society. Okay, the man is built to do that, but the woman, all right, her expertise should be in the house. All right. So when you go here, he said he make it the barren woman to keep, all right, to be a mother of children, a joyful mother of children, to keep house. Now you go into the word keep, okay, in the Hebrew it's shashab, and it says to dwell, to remain, okay, to dwell, to have one's abode, to be inhabited. So the woman's main role, okay, was to be a house dweller, but not to be just a house dweller sitting there, to be a homemaker of that house, man. There's a lot to go into, running the house, man. Okay, that's an extremely valuable skill set for a woman to have, is the ability to be a homemaker. Okay, and see, the value scale is tilting. See, as I say, as we, are being dead to this world and being born to the world that's come. See, our value scale is different now. We're looking at everything with different lenses. Okay, so you have some brothers still weak for lust, and we all, we ain't above, like we can't be tempted. Okay, but what's happening is we mature. Men, the men are maturing, man. Okay, and tights and the tank top don't get it anymore, man. Okay, that ain't gonna, that you ain't gonna win the championship off that. Back in the day, you can win the championship off that, but now that's done. That era is phased out. Okay, but going back to the point. Okay, now let's go to the actual word homemaker. Okay. Homemaker is a noun. It says a woman considered as a domestic agent. Now, when you get to this word, all right, home, what does it say? It say dwelling place, house, abode, fixed residence. Okay. And then you go to make, it says to give being to give form or character to. Okay. And a woman, now a woman is an extraordinary decorator. A woman that's really tapped into the element. Like that's their gift. That's part of their skill. That's part of their natural skill set. Okay, it says to give form or character, man. Like Jake can, make the moves and get the resources to get the house. But the woman just got that touch, and it says to bring into existence, to construct, okay, to be the author of. Okay, the woman, the woman that's able to, to make clothing and, make, cause see, one of the most valuable skill sets, that I see in a woman is a woman that can make raw resources into something useful for the house. Okay, making raw resources into soap, making raw resources into candles, making raw resources into something edible that can be eaten. You know, that's a woman producing. Okay, that's a woman causing things to come into existence with the resources already here, but knowing how to manipulate those resources for the benefit of the house. Okay, that's why it says to arrange, to transform. Okay, the woman having a place to, you go buy the wine, but then she's able to organize the wine. She's able to organize, the liquors like you want. Okay, just the closet, the way she got the clothes hanging in the closet, color coordinated, all the white clothes hung together, the black clothes, the blue shirts hung. It's like, damn. You see, and then and their skill set. Hey, I'm telling you, hey, a lot of homemakers is finna win 2024. Not saying that this the last year, but hey, homemakers finna come up 2024, man. Me just speculating. All right, now let's go here. I want to get this precept. All right, this the book of Psalms. I remember Yashawama brought this out, and I was like, man, okay. Now this is the book of Psalms, chapter 68. Okay, verse this Psalm 68 and 12. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 68 and 12. It said, kings of army did flee apace, and she that tarried at home divided the spoil. All right, now this is speaking of Israelite men going to war, conquering kings, taking spoils, and bringing it home. All right, and the woman dividing those spoils. And let's just get in NLT. It said, enemy kings and their armies flee, while the women of Israel divide the plunder. Now, what is they going into? Okay, because if you go to war in the ancient world, and you will bring back spoil, you will bring back livestock. Okay, you will bring back material. Okay, well, guess what? The woman, she will be able to what? Turn their livestock. The woman knew how to slaughter the livestock. Butcher it and put the meat up. Okay, like the woman knew how to take all their material and make it into clothing. Okay, you might come back with with a lot of wheat and grain and different agriculture. Okay, spoils. The woman knew how to turn then those grapes into wine. The woman knew how to turn those different fruits into strong drink. Okay, the woman knew how to turn turn the apples into apple pie with the raw apples, the wheat, the flour, because they had that millstone where you grinded that turn corn into corn flour, wheat into flour for bread. Okay, so the men would go to war and come back with those spoils, and those Israelite homemaker wives knew how to turn those raw resources into useful products for the house. Okay, and that's what we're getting back to. And I say that to say this, like, whatever capacity you can do it, as a woman, it will. I believe, it will be a good thing to tap into that, because another thing, the Lord honor that. The Lord honor that, man. Like I say, it's different with different women. So don't put too much on yourself or stress yourself out. But if you can do anything, to tap into that spirit of a homemaker, hey, that's good for your spirit. That's good for the household. And it's good for the nation, man. Okay, so that was the point. Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters was edified once again. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully, and shalom.
Try to keep this short. So I have a friend that's a guy. We've been friends for a very, very long time. I'm 45 years old almost. And we've been friends for half of that. Well, anyway, he was married once. And long story short, he ends up leaving the first wife because he says he didn't want a housewife. He didn't want no housewife. He wanted somebody that can contribute and help him and all this stuff. Okay, so fast forward 2 years, 3, whatever it is, he is married to this new woman. Okay, lo and behold, now she had a career, but all of a sudden, she's a housewife now. So your girl over here was a little confused, and I tried to mind my own business, but I had to ask, like, bro, you left this woman who wasn't doing anything. You just said she didn't contribute. Like, you know, you wanted somebody that was willing to contribute a little bit more, whatever. But now you got this wife, new wife. She cool too, cool both of them, and she doesn't work. So you got another housewife. Explain. And he did. And what he said to me was, I said I didn't want a housewife. I never told you I didn't want a homemaker. There's a difference. He said, when I come home, I got my house is clean. I got food on the table. I take my clothes out, she washing my laundry, she rubbing my back. My favorite show playing. The shower going. You know, he said if she know I got to cut the grass, she going out there putting the gas in the little gas tank to make sure that he don't have to leave for us to do that, to go put gas in the gas thing to put it in the lawnmower. Like little stuff like that. Just all what he said that she makes his house a home. And I was like, well, you said you wanted somebody that could contribute. And he was like, she is. That's her contribution. She's contributing to my peace. She's making my life peaceful, handling things that I don't like to handle, don't really know how to handle as a man. So when I come home, I'm not stressed about that. So I don't mind going out, making this bread, getting this money, maybe working a little extra to make sure she good. Because she makes sure I'm good in her capacity. So I do what I got to do in my capacity to make her good. He was like, my first wife didn't do that. He said he might come home, he might have a meal, laundry piled up, she might wash it, might not. Put gas in the gas tank, she wasn't doing none of that, wasn't going outside, wasn't doing none of that. That ain't what he wanted. So it wasn't that he wasn't willing to take care of a woman. He wasn't willing to take care of a woman that wasn't willing to do nothing. And it wasn't go get a job. He didn't want her to go get a job, that's what I thought. He didn't want her to go get a job. He wanted her to make his house feel like a home. In his words, make him feel like a man by doing the womanly things. And not being all extra independent. Oh, I ain't doing that. I'm not, I ain't washing no clothes. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. But you want him to go do everything that you want him to do, buy your bags, pay your bills, get your hair, your nails done, furnish the house, take care, all of that stuff. But you don't want to clean up. You don't want to cook. I understand exactly what he's saying right now. Now, I'm not judging any independent woman. I'm an independent woman. I am. That's because I want to be. Like, I want to be. I like having my own. But if you're one of these women that don't want to get out here and do what I'm doing right now, you might want to start washing some clothes, cooking some meals. Yeah. Making sure that man all right. And the next thing he said was, and a lot of y'all ain't gonna like this, she kept herself up. He didn't come home and she was in bonnets. He said that she wasn't just dressed up to the nine when he got home, but she was presentable for him. He said the other wife, he come home, she have a regular t-shirt on, no bra, titties going left and right. His words, not mine. Like, for real. And it really put some things into perspective for me. I was like, so maybe these men aren't articulating some of the good ones. They're not articulating this right. When they say they don't want a housewife, they don't want nobody laying up on them not doing nothing. But the men like him, they don't mind taking care of anybody. They just want you to take care of them the way women are supposed to take care of a man. So if y'all want to be housewives, I think you need to change your verbiage. Homemaker. Make that man's house a home. Might get a little further. Listen to myself too, though. Just like